So this is the first thing we'll do. It'll be, well, I mean, I'll show you what it is visually in a sec, but it'll be like a keyword listening drill. So essentially, well, it explains it here, because on a real call, prospects, I mean, they rarely sort of come out and tell you exactly how they feel, you know, especially if they're like closed off, they have like an ego behind them. Instead, they sort of bury it, like as it says here. So they might say something like emotional in the middle of like whatever they're saying, and then move on straight past it. Most setters, if they aren't actively listening, they just move on and you'll miss it and you'll just move. I mean, the chance is gone to sort of actually pick up what they're saying. So the drill will go through, will sort of just train you to actually, we'll catch the numbers themselves as it says. So each sentence below, which we'll go into, has it's written like a way where there'll be like a keyword or two in every single one of them. So I'll give you all a go to sort of find out which one it was. And I mean, you'll see how it'll be worded, but it'll be like essentially how a prospect would speak, casual, a bit all over the place. And like I said, somewhere in there, there'll be an emotional keyword you need to find. So that's that. And why does it even matter itself? It's because when you spot the keyword, that's what you should be probing on. And when you pause, you dig in there, you actually make the prospect feel heard. And that's what sort of separates a set who will just read the script and the one who actually builds a rapport and books calls effectively. So yeah, how to do it? I mean, we'll go through it now. I'll go through all these, but you sort of have to just read like a sentence out loud and then find the emotional keyword and think about what you'd say if you wanted to probe on it. So we'll go through it. I'll do the first one myself. Yeah, so I've been doing door-to-door now, so sales for about 2 years. It's fine, the money's okay. I just feel like I'm constantly exhausted. I'm not really getting anywhere. You know, that's just kind of why I started looking at other options. As I'm the setter here. So I mean, if you guys didn't already know, it'd be this here. So constantly exhausted. So I mean, if something you could say to probe on it would be, what do you mean by that? Like constantly exhausted? That's what you'd probe on. And how we're gonna do it, I'll just underline it and then highlight it. And then boom, there's the first one done. So it's pretty simple, right? So we'll go to the second one, but I'll nominate someone who has experience just so we get like a flow of it. So go on, Dylan, find out the next one in this. So read it out loud, find the keyword, and then ask a question on how you'd probe on it.
Honestly, I don't even know how to explain it. I wake up every morning and just feel this kind of dread, like I'm not excited about anything. Anyway, yeah, I saw the ad and thought, why not? So if I'm the setter and I'm replying to that,
yeah,
I'd say, well, what do you mean, like some sort of like some kind of dread? Like what do you mean by that? And then yeah, you just sort of explain it, I guess.
Exactly. Boom. And this is going to be pretty, I mean, if you're new, I'm not sure how difficult this would be, but it's very important that you actually train yourself to be able to do this, because most setters do miss it because they're stuck on the script. So the more you sort of train this, the better you'll be at it. And then you're just going to make more money if you can actually listen to the prospect. And I'll put like I said here, I'll put this doc in the chat after we finish it. But I mean, you boys can do this in your own time as well. But we'll do when everyone's here just to sort of get you in the flow of it. But we'll go with the next one, and that'll be this one here. So we'll do Jake.
I've got a full-time job already, but it's just not enough. My partner and I are pretty stressed out about money lately, and I just need something that actually gives me some breathing room. So when I'm replying to that, I'd say, what would breathing room look like to you?
Yeah, okay. I mean, there's probably two things you could say. I think the breathing room would be one, as well as pretty stressed.
Yeah,
I mean, you could do both. There's going to be one or two, like I said, so both of those would be good to go on as the underline. So I guess, what are you hoping to get out of like breathing room? Like, you're going to go to like goals, I'd say then, if you're looking for, like breathing room. Okay. Just for context then, because obviously this is sort of to get more pain out of them. So everyone does it from now on. Just sort of pick the one that would make you get more pain, because we want to stick in the pain and move to goals later on. Because if you go like some breathing room, that's going to move to like them being, what the situation would look like in like a goal state. You know what I mean? Like they would be explaining it more. So like, what does breathing room look like? Which is goals. You want to sort of pick on the pretty stress, which would be negative, and then go to the breathing room after you sort of extract all the pain out of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, we'll do Leo.
I've tried a couple of things before that didn't really work out, so I'm a little skeptical. But I'm also just really tired of being in the same position. Like, I need something to actually change. So for me, with what I'd go through is the two things. The fact, like, they've tried before, it didn't work out. Talk about, like, their issues with trusting again. But also then they're tired of being in the same position. Kind of what are they looking to actually change? What will they get from that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you need to pick out on both as well. So obviously them being a little bit skeptical, you need to acknowledge that, which is good. And also really tired is like the emotional bit of it. Like, what do you mean by really tired? Good stuff. And then I think we did Ruben for the third one. So go ahead. Number 12, Ruben.
Things are okay. I'm not in a desperate situation or anything, but I just feel like I'm just going through the motions every day. I want something that actually excites me. I'll be like, you're just going through the motions.
Yeah.
Like, what do you actually mean by actually just going through the motions? That does not sound that good, mate.
Yeah, like, what does he mean by that? Exactly. There you go. Boom. But yeah, I mean that was the first one, so that's sort of like a warm up. But the second thing we'll be doing, I'll show you boys all now. Okay, so this will be, I mean it's called Pass the Call. So essentially what this will be, it'll be like a live roleplay drill. So it's not going to be like, well, I mean you'd have time to sort of say, because it's like setter, prospect, I'll be the prospect. Each of you'd go in a row, so it would be one setter, and then I'd be the prospect, and then there's a different setter, and then I'd be the prospect, and we sort of just go down until we finish booking someone in. So essentially, like it says, everyone takes turns being the setter. Each round a new setter picks up the call where the last one left off, and then yeah, I mean the job as a setter would be just sort of keep the conversation moving, so listen, respond naturally, and obviously try just push the needle forward when it comes to actually booking the call itself. I mean the first question's there, so it's like the first question you'd ask anyway. So what were you hoping to, I did appointment setting for example, so what were you hoping to get out of starting appointment setting? And then I'm going to put my answer here, and then we'll do whatever, I'll pick a setter, and then they can also give a question to the answer I'm going to put here. So this is my answer. So you asked what you're hoping to get out of starting appointment setting. I said just looking to make money online. So what would you answer to that?
Okay, so like most people, right? And then they'd say yeah, and then I go okay. And I guess for you, like money is like a tool. We all use it differently. Like what's got you actually looking to make more money?
Okay, so what's got you looking to make more money? So all right, what's got me looking to make more money? My job at Tesco doesn't pay me as much as I'd like. Let's do Leo. What would you say to that?
So with that, I would say it's kind of like what would doing more, like what would actually making more money help you with, or like what are you currently missing out on with the amount you're making? Like, do you feel limited by the amount you're making? But I don't know how to actually word that necessarily.
Okay, so I mean, let's say like you're on a setting call right now, and you're up to this point, and the prospect says, "Yeah, my job at Tesco doesn't pay me like as much as I'd like." But it's like
I would say like with how much you're currently getting paid, what is that stopping you from achieving and getting that you want?
Yeah, so I guess what is that? Like, why is that not as much as you'd like, basically? Cool. So what are you able to do with the money you are paid currently? We'll go with you next, Jake. So this is what it's been up to. So what are you hoping to get out of starting appointment saying? Just looking to make more money, make money online. What's got you looking to make more money? My job at Tesco doesn't pay me as much as I'd like. So what aren't you able to do with the money you are paid currently? Just not able to travel. That's the place I've always wanted to see.
I hear that. I mean, in terms of going to places you want to see, like how has that actually affected you personally?
Okay.
Or you could say, is that a priority for you to actually go to places you want to see?
Okay. What do you think you're going to say to that? No?
No, well, if he says yes, then it's like making it a priority for him to be able to make that change.
Okay. So I guess what do you think would be the better question, like the emotional answer or like the yes or no?
No, the emotional answer.
Okay. So what would be the question you want me to write then?
I'd say what would being able to travel do for you personally?
Okay. It would make me feel more fulfilled. It would make me feel more fulfilled, I'd say. So interesting now. Let's do Ruben Abigail. What would you say here?
Yeah, I'd just be like, yeah, traveling would be more fulfilling than stacking shelves at Tesco's, to be honest.
Yeah.
So what have you actually been doing to try and be able to travel and start working at Tesco's?
Yeah, that's good.
Kind of thing.
What are you doing currently to be able to travel, to be able to make more money? Wait, what are you doing currently to be able to make more money and be able to travel? It doesn't have to be perfect wording.
Yeah,
Just put like the question. Obviously, you'd say something before, like you said, like, you know, I mean, I can imagine you're going to be stacking shelves at Tesco. We'll just have like the question, just to keep it simple. So we got a little objection. Let's do Seb. How would you handle that? What would you say from here? So I've tried drop shipping. It didn't work. I mean, a lot of these things online seem like a scam.
Just kind of ask him to expand on how he thinks they're a scam.
Yeah, like, what does he mean by a scam?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is like the best answer you could give. Yeah. What do you mean by scam? It's getting difficult then. So I just don't know if I'm capable to actually do it. So I'm not sure if paying money for it would be worth it. Let's do Dylan. What would you say here?
I'd maybe say, well, first of all, man, what makes you feel like, you know, you wouldn't actually be capable of doing it, you know, if you did put money into it?
Okay.
And then he might start sort of like tell me his real objection, or like why he thinks personally he couldn't actually get the ROI.
Yeah, so why he thinks he's not capable of doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just a little scared of failing. Not sure if I have it in me to actually make all this money I see online. Okay, what would you say here, Ethan?
I think you'd have to address the scared of failing.
Yeah, how would you? I mean, that is the right answer. What would you sort of, I guess, say to address it?
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
No worries. Yeah, it's a bit of a sticky one. I'll open it up. Does anyone have an answer they would say here?
I've got an idea what I could say.
What would you say, Ruben?
You just be like, is it all right if I could share a perspective with you?
Yeah, like perspective. What's the perspective?
And then could be like, because you're scared of fear, yeah. So you got to think, okay. You'd say something about like, oh, when you ride a bike, like, can you just ride it the first time you try it, or do you have to try again doing it? They'll be like, yeah, you got to try again. So I'll be like, so in learning anything, can we both agree that you've got to try and make mistakes to learn, and then just reframe them like that, innit?
Yeah, so drop a little reframe and then ask them.
Cheeky little reframe.
Cheeky little reframe. Okay, so we'll put cheeky little reframe, then ask if that makes sense. And then, I mean, you don't want to make it a closing call, so I wouldn't really stick that hard on the facts, but I'd want to push it towards like more so like whether, I guess, what actually has him reaching out then. Because I mean, if he's felt like he sees all this money online, he's not capable, he's not actually, like, maybe doesn't have it in him, like what actually sort of made him, I guess, what shifted for him to reach out, to maybe look into making it succeed for him after seeing it.
Should you not do that phone setting then, like try like reframe?
Well, I mean, you can, but like, I mean, just for the sake of this, we'd probably be here for like 10 hours of this, just like it was a close a reframe, because I have to type about everything individually. So yeah, I definitely would drop a reframe, because obviously he's scared of failing. So you drop a little cheeky reframe, like you said, so maybe like a bike, or I mean, just maybe like a word, like literally just say like, I mean, the first time he did anything, maybe if he played sports, he was shit the first time. Now he's maybe good at them, unless he's fat. So I guess what are fat people good at? Maybe the first time he played Fortnite, he was shit. So he got good at it as he was, putting in the work. So yeah, I mean, drop a little cheeky reframe, whatever makes sense for the guy, and then ask if that makes sense. Then I'd probably say then, I mean, how long have you actually been looking to get into this? And then, I mean, because right now we don't even have a time frame. Like, we don't know how long he's been wanting to make more money, how long he's been wanting to travel. So I mean, if I was to say, hey, I probably would have already asked that, like, behind this question. So what aren't you currently able to do? How long has that been the case? What would being able to travel do for your more personally? So that way that question lands harder, and we have more context to use further on, which we now don't have. But I guess let's just say we ask him here. So cheeky little reframe, ask if that makes sense. Yes, it makes sense. How long have you then been wanting to be able to travel more and make more money? Let's say I say 2 years. What would I say here, Dylan? What would be the question?
So how long have you actually been waiting?
2 years. Now what?
Okay. And what do you think's actually held you back then from, being
already
able
know.
to travel?
Be scared. I mean, I said like 10
you can maybe
seconds before. No, I said like 10 seconds before. Like, we're now in the time frame. After 2 years of been feeling this way, he's now just reached out. What do you feel like?
What shifted?
There you go.
Yeah,
so what shifted? And now his fear of failure is gone. So now he's actually reached out. So what shifted for you to, well, actually, you asked the question. What would you say? With the context he's given us, what would you say now? The question.
Okay. So I mean, after 2 years then of wanting to travel more and make more money, I guess, like, what's shifted now for you personally to actually want to go and travel and actually make more money online?
Yeah, okay. And also getting past the fear of failure.
Yeah.
What's shifted now for you to take action in doing so, even if you have a slight fear of failure? Boom. Okay, so this is pretty simple. I mean, just for you guys, I mean, for context, this guy's probably got majority of his pain out of you. Like, he's scared. You have like you have the emotion out of him, make him more feel more fulfilled. So I guess we'll just go with the flow. So let's see Leo, what would you say here?
Would you say it's too early to be like trying to close, or well, not close, but like get ready for the close? Or do you think it's still better to build a bit more on like his ambition, what's holding him back?
I mean, we know what's holding him back, but I guess we can get more clear on his ambition. So I guess what would you say to get more clear on his ambition?
So I don't know, because I feel like we've already got like what he wants, and then the fact it's been holding him back, and why he's gotten over it. Like, nothing's changing, he won't change. So it's kind of like, what made you actually, like, obviously you're correct in like nothing changes. What's actually prompted you right now to reach out to me? Like, what do you think I'm going to be able to do for you to make that happen for you?
Okay.
Try and like make him sell it to himself, kind of like what he
what do you feel like he would need?
Yeah.
Nice. Does anyone have a different perspective on that?
Could you just ask what you mean by that it's been building for a while?
I mean, have we even got much? I don't think we have got that much. What are you going to say, Dale?
You could consequence him.
Good.
Yeah, he's saying if nothing changes, and nothing will change. And then you say, I mean, he's kind of already said it, but when he's saying like, if nothing changes, it's been building up for a while. Like, so then what happens if you just let it keep on building and building and building? Like, what happens, in, let's say, 6 months, a year, 2 years, if you just keep letting it building?
I mean, that's the thing. That is like if you're on a closing call, definitely do that. But I mean, if you do that, what does the closer have to work with? Like, do you feel like a closer could have even deeper than that? So I feel like that's going a little bit too deep for a setting call.
Maybe. I just don't know if build urgency or anything like that.
I mean, look what he just said. This is enough urgency. If nothing changes, then nothing will change. I need to change this now. It's been building up for a while. So yeah, I think Leo was on the right track when it came to building more ambition, because obviously, I mean, he's told us like the majority of what we need to know. So when it comes to building more ambition, Leo said about what he feel like he would need to be able to do that. I mean, I would sort of say like maybe fast forward like 6 to 12 months from now, like how much do you ideally want to be making from appointment setting to be able to travel and do what you want to do, and then we can get how much he wants to make, and then I'd probably just qualify him and book him in from there. So fast forward 6 to 12 months, how much should I ideally make to be able to travel? 5k a month. Cool. Okay, we'll go with Step. What would you say here?
So, with your Tesco job, how far from that are you?
Yeah, I'm only making 2k. Who haven't we done? Jake, you haven't spoken in a while.
What would be my response to that?
Yeah, so we know how much he wants to be making to be able to travel, do what he wants to do, 5k a month. How far is he from that? He's only making 2k.
Yeah. So he's only making 2k a month at the moment. What do you think are the consequences if you stay at where you're at currently?
Okay. Anyone else has anything different they'd say? Because I mean, at this point,
Yeah, I have something I would say instead.
what would you say?
I would say kind of like, okay, so there's 3k more you need to make a month. Do you think with all the stuff you've seen, like all the testimonials I've shown, all of the stuff like that, do you think I'm going to get you there with the coaching you're going to receive? Like, if I keep you accountable, do you think you're going to get to that?
Okay. Well, I mean, this isn't like would they have known what they're getting on the phone call? Like, would they have already been pitched?
Depends if they're like a warm lead or cold, like if you're just cold calling them, or if it's like a warm lead, they've already come in, like they know your content. You're like, okay, with what you've seen from like the people I've shown before and this conversation so far, do you think I can get you there to that extra 3k?
Okay. All right. Well, I guess then, so we got 2 options. We have the Jake option, which is what is the what was the consequence basically? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Like what happens? Yeah. Okay. Or the value. I mean, I wouldn't say that, Leo, because like they don't even like it's a yes or no answer. Like, yeah, I feel like you can help me, but like I don't even know what you guys offer.
You
And
could
that's just,
use
like,
that. You could use that to financially qualify him, because then it'll make it sound a lot more natural and like it won't be out of nowhere. If you ask him like how much he set aside from that.
Well, yeah, I mean, me personally, like at this point, the only things I was sort of thinking was like qualify him and book him in, because from looking at it, like he's pretty warm. Like this is literally all the fucking urgency you would need, so consequencing him was like a little bit overkill. So I'd probably leave that to the closer, because you don't always have to consequence. Like it's like a case to case. It's like if it's like a cold lead who like basically you could tell they're not like as warm, then consequence them to sort of realize the situation. But this guy, like this sort of sentence gave you a lot of meat and potatoes. So yeah, when it came to qualifying him, Dale, what would you say?
Yeah, so when he said, I make 2k a month, and I'd be like, okay, for sure. And obviously it takes money to make money, especially if you're going to invest into yourself. You're going to take a risk and invest into your skill set. So, I mean, out of that 2k a month, like, have you managed to like save much over the years to like use for something like this?
Okay.
Or something like that.
Okay. And then obviously you'd ask like how much.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess what's the idea behind like splitting it in 2 questions?
I don't know, I just feel like it's really direct if you just say, okay, and how much have you saved?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely depends how you word it. You don't just want to say how much have you saved. So,
Yeah.
well, I mean, in some cases you could just ask like how much they're making, and then say how they're willing to invest. It really depends on the offer you're on. Like if your sales manager really wants you to financially qualify, like how much they can invest, then obviously you have to listen to him. So, and this guy's only making 2k, so we can't really assume that he has much saved. So, yeah, I guess when it comes to asking how much he could invest, you said it takes money. What was the wording used? Just try word it so it's like up in the E for like a maybe, like how much he could invest if it possibly was the right fit. You know what I mean? Like, don't say it as if like how much could you invest or will you invest? That's even worse.
So asking how much could, like, basically find out how much exactly he could invest in that one question.
Yeah, but make it really like possibly, maybe, like all that sort of language.
Okay. And let's say possibly you could get the right help, right? Whether it's from us, whether it's someone else. I guess like if you could get that help, do you even have like money set aside to invest into yourself and make that whole dream of traveling, making more money a reality?
Yeah. If there was a way to help you, you say what is your monthly expenses? Yeah, but I mean, even if he did like this, you'd still sort of be assuming then, because if you're only making 2k, finding out the monthly expenses would obviously make it paint like a bad picture, but you still wouldn't even know like if they have anything saved. So I'd say, I mean, the only time you'd sort of ask what the monthly expenses were is if this guy said he was I mean, you wouldn't even, maybe not need to, but like if they were making like 10k a month and maybe they give you some hints throughout the call that they're tight on bills, like paycheck to paycheck, whatever it is, then I'd probably ask what the monthly expenses, just to get like a better idea. But with this guy's case, I mean, even if like, the monthly expenses are like 1,000, which maybe 500, 1,000, it's not going to leave him with much, so may as well skip through that and just ask him how much he could invest, if that's what it took. Okay, cool. And then we'll do for the pitch. Ethan, how would you pitch the call?
Just say something along the lines of, from everything we spoke about today, I think could be a good fit for the program. And then just say like, would you like to hop on a free call and discuss further with such and such about how we could potentially get you to making money whilst traveling.
Yeah, I mean, it's good you tied in with the traveling as well. But I'd say, I mean, you could leave that in as well, like based on whilst you're traveling. But before that, I tied into like his pain as well. So okay, well, based on what I've heard of, the problem would be you working Tesco. I feel like there might be a possibility in being able to help you get to 5k a month and being able to travel. What I can do to help is connect you with Closer, and he could dive deeper into where you're at now. This is where you want to be, and then if he feels as if we can help, he could then walk through potential more advanced help with appointment setting. How does that sound? Boom. Perfect amount of space. So that's that.
So what were you hoping to actually get out of appointment setting then?
Just to looking to make money online.
Okay. And what's got you looking to make more money?
My job at Tesco doesn't pay me as much as I'd like.
Okay. What aren't you able to do with the money that you're getting paid currently though?
Just not being able to travel really, see the places I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, being able to go to Barcelona would be more interesting than stacking shelves at Tesco, man. What would being able to travel actually do for you personally though?
Man, I mean, it would make me feel more fulfilled, I'd say.
Okay. And what you're doing currently is be able to actually make money and be able to travel.
So I've tried dropshipping and it didn't work, and a lot of things online seem like a scam.
Scam? What do you mean scam?
I just don't know if I'm capable to actually do it, so I'm not sure if paying money for it would be worth it.
I feel what you mean. When you say, how come you think you aren't actually capable of doing it though?
I'm just a little scared of failing, really. I'm not sure if I have it in me to actually make it all work.
I see what you mean. A lot of people do kind of say that. Is it alright if I can give a perspective of you?
Yeah.
So, if you're learning to ride a bike, do you manage to just do it first try and just whiz up the road?
No, man.
So, with that in said, is it safe to say that with trying anything, you've got to make mistakes and kind of learn to be able to do it?
Yeah.
So with you being scared, is it more of a case of you've got to just try and make mistakes, man? That's how you actually get to places you want to be?
Yeah.
Alright. So how long have you been wanting to be able to travel more and make more money?
Just about 2 years.
Okay. And after 2 years of drop shipping, working at Tesco's, what shifted now for you to take action in doing so even if you have a slight fear of failure?
Well, at this point, if nothing changes, then nothing will change. I need to change this now. It's been building up for a while.
Okay, I see. And fast forward, like, let's say 6-12 months from now, how much would you ideally need to be making to be able to actually travel?
Like 5k a month.
Okay, that's a decent number to hit. How far are you from that now from working at Tesco's?
I'm only making about 2k a month at Tesco's.
Oh, okay. And if there was a way to actually help you getting the right skill set when it came to appointment setting, would you actually have any capital potentially you could set aside to invest into yourself? Like, if that is what it took?
Yeah, man, I have a couple of thousand I could.
Okay. Well, tell you what then. Based on what I've heard from you working at Tesco's, not making as much as you'd like, I feel there might be a possibility of being able to help you to get to that 5k a month and being able to travel. What I can do is I can help connect you with my boy Bob, and he could dive deeper into where you're at now, where you want to be, and then if we feel that we could help you, we could walk you through potential more advanced appointment setting training. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good, man.
Boom. Bob's closing it. Bob is closing it.
Easy.